Hey guys, that's how I look like when I'm driving. Today is a really cloudy kind of day and really windy, so the wind is really cold, so therefore hot. The only thing is with mask and glasses, the glasses get foggy, but I'm required to wear those glasses while driving. So you can see behind me there is a snoring person, and there is a cutie little princess there sleeping. So that's what I do usually, or when there's nobody else to take care of the babies, that's what I do. I usually wait for the boys to come home and grab one of them, and he stays in the car with them. That's the usual thing. Or their father watches them while I go for an hour to my shops that I get certain things from. But there are days when I feel like I just want to be out of the house, and even though it's cold, even though it's gloomy, even though it's a risk, yes, I know their sleeping time is about this time between 10 and lunch. Oh, it's really foggy, so I'll take it off. So that's I know that if I leave them in the car and it's not summer blazing heat, where I would be putting them at risk. So they are sleeping with their blankets on, and just in case I lock the car and turn off the engine and open the windows just a little teeny bit so they can have fresh air coming in, because I know it's not really good to be stuck. I don't even take 5 minutes. It just takes to me go get it and go to the cashier, pay and go. So today I went to 3 shops. I went to get their formula, the one that is for year between 1 and 3. They take that with a bottle at night, about 200 milliliters of that. Plus they eat regularly 3 meals and in between snacks and stuff. But and diapers. So that's what I got. And then I went to a different shop where I got, my sister shared with me a recipe of chicken, that chicken breast that it has to be really thin, and then on top of it you mix with the mixture on top is cream cheese, mayonnaise, bacon that is pre-cooked before crispy, and green onions and cheese. Did I say cheese? So those 5 things, and you mix it together. Apparently it's on Pinterest, and then after that you apply on the top of the chicken and you cook 30 to 40 to 50 minutes. I don't know, it depends on what your oven is. So I want to try that. And so I went to get chicken from one shop, and then this really old thing, it looks like a barrack of some sort, that is my favorite shop where I get bacon and ham is from here. And they have international kind of stuff. Sometimes they have they've had once the Bulgarian sweets. I was so happy and got it twice, and then after they were gone they didn't replace it, so that's fine. It was just biscuits covered with chocolate and caramel or whatever, hazelnut cream or whatever. So they have spices of all sorts, and I forgot to get olives. It's okay, olives next time. They have this olives from Spain that are really good. It's nothing like the back home olives, but it would do. I like strong taste, like vinegary kind of taste of olives. So they got that. They have like pickles, they have Thai food, and they have like all kinds of cool stuff here. Just I don't have time to explore everything. And today, with the babies behind me snoring, I know in my head what I would go and do, and I know exactly where it is, so I just go and get it and pay and go. So that's how it goes with twins. I honestly have never seen, by far it's been over a year since I've had twins, I've never seen a mom with twins shopping. I've never seen here in our area. And this is like really country, deep countryside, and maybe we don't have many twins here. Fraternal or identical, doesn't matter. I've never seen a mom with 2 babies shopping, and I've seen a lot of moms leaving their 1 child in the car with the engine on, and they have like some kind of usually here or here somewhere they have like this screen, like TV screen, or they could I think put it on the back seat of the driver or something. I don't know. So I've seen lots of kids watching TV with the engine of the car on while the mom is shopping. I don't think I could do that. Of course, those are bigger kids I'm talking about, but babies, I've seen sleeping baby in the car before, yes, but one, like I would, if I had 1 kid, which I did one after another, I never left a sleeping baby in the car. But then again, I couldn't drive back then. I started the driving lessons when my 3rd and youngest, before those 2, was a baby, a 1-year-old. So yeah, I would never think of leaving 1 baby alone. I would just take it in a carrier and bring it with me, pandemic or not. But since they're 2 and they can walk, but not as good as I wish they could. Oh, my sweetie is Kai, who is awake. My sunshine is awake. So I have to head home now and got them some bread, just for something different, because they're just sick and tired of rice. Every morning they eat rice with something, and then at night is usually rice with something. So for lunch I just got them some sweet breads, and I will head home now. His sister is still sleeping. She loves to sleep. She just loves to sleep, and she's always constantly, see that little blanket, the fluffy yellow blanket, that's a constant. And if I wash it, oh my goodness, she would see it on outside hanging on the pipe, and she would cry for it. And then thank goodness for windy days, when it's windy I wash it, and then it dries for like an hour or so. It just really dries really fast. So whatever happens to the rest of the laundry, I don't care until the evening, but that one comes home quickly. And so she snuggles with it, and then life is good, you know, like she has that, and she's calm, she's fine. If she doesn't have it around, she would find something else to chew on, or like click her tongue on, but it's not the same. So if she has that, it's like life is good. So this is how it goes. So since my little beautiful boy is awake, chewing his fingers and playing with his tongue, that tells me that I have to head home and feed them lunch soon. So I'll see you guys soon, and have a good day in this cold, windy weather. It's really windy outside. It's like if I don't have this hat, my hair will be like phew everywhere. So that's why I put a hat. Usually I used to hate hats, but not anymore. Hats are comfortable for me, and otherwise I have to put my hair on a ponytail, but it's all day, and sometimes at night I forget to take it off. So my hair is constantly tight, and it's not really good for the hair. So I don't know, I feel good right now. It feels really good to be in the car where it's warm. The babies are strapped to their, buckled up on their car seats at home, and this is like a minute of peace and quiet, and I really enjoyed those moments because they're very, very, very rare. I know there are lots of people here who would just load their kids in the car and just drive around so they can fall asleep. I don't think I haven't done that with those 2, but they do fall asleep every time in the car because it just rocks them and feels good inside. And I play their Rolly and Bingo animation on Spotify. They have like their songs, so they just listen to them and then fall asleep. They're really, really cute like that. But yeah, life with two little people is very different, you guys. It's not like, I mean, I feel like it's super easy to have one now. It's just like 1 kid, you just grab it and carry it everywhere with you. But like 2, And no, I don't think one adult with those two kids, especially if when they hit the terrible two, what I'm gonna do? It's gonna be horrible. It's gonna be like touching everything and wanting everything, and I'll be like, I can't get it for you. So they'll be throwing tantrums on the floor, and it's just me with two hands, and there will be two little people with two pairs of legs and hands that will try to grab everything and cry, and oh my goodness, I can only imagine. I probably will always have to constantly have one of the other kids with me to go to places, or just leave them in the house when they're a little bit older and just watch TV with the boys while I go quickly. But what I did last night is my middle guy from the three older boys, him and I always on the edge. And I think it's because it's the lack of spending time together, just us. Because with the oldest one, we go on Saturdays and we hunt the shops with the farmer markets for cheap veggies that are good and straight from the fields. And so he really enjoys that. He loves to see good deals and just get it for mommy and for the house. And so that's our time together on Saturday mornings. It's not every Saturday morning, but sometimes we do it. With the younger one of the three, the youngest one of the three, he's still sleeping where we are with the babies, because his arm doesn't have the cast anymore, but he has a protector that he can kind of like adjust, and with a little belt on it. And so he is required to sleep with it still, because it's not completely healed, his crack on the bone. I can only imagine what it would be like if it was actually really broken. It was just cracked, but I think to me it's almost the same. But the only difference is when it's completely broken, it's like disattached, and this is attached to each other, but like still a really nice big crack. So he has to sleep with that. So because of that, he's still with that, so I can watch him if I have to help with anything. But he can take a bath now by himself, or with a brother. So that's, I have time with him, and in the bath we spend a lot of time together. Every night I will bathe the babies, and then I'll be with him in the bathroom too. So we'll spend time, we would talk. But then with my little middle guy, we don't really have time together, so he's always like and like on the edge with me, and I'm always on the edge with him. So last night I just told him, hey, put some comfy clothes and let's go. And I asked the other two to watch the babies, so they watched TV and whatever. And we just went out and we jogged and we ran and we raced and we walked and we talked in the neighborhood, and it was just so much fun. And when I told him, hey, get some comfy clothes and come with me, his face just lit. His face lit. He was like, oh, she wants to spend time with me, just me and her. And so he just put everything quickly, and socks and everything, and we just got into our shoes and went out, and it just felt so good, you guys. And it was not that cold, so only my hands were like freezing towards the end, but it was towards sunset. It was like really getting towards dark. But it was so much fun to just run with him, just like running funny, like on the sideways, or jumping, or like skipping, or racing up the hill, or whatever. And he enjoyed telling me things about Mario and Luigi, that he loves those games with everything with them. And yeah, so it was really fun. And then when we came home, it was just right, it was 6 o'clock, time for dinner. So we served the dinner. Thank goodness the dinner was ready before that. Like that, I'm gonna start doing that now. I'm gonna start trying to cook the dinner earlier, so it's ready, so I could spend time with the kids more than just, okay, now it's the rush time, everybody has to watch the babies and I have to do this. And no, I don't want to do that. And so in the afternoon I'll be cooking the dinners, and when they come home I'll spend more time with them, and we could do English homework more, and we could go with one of them at a time. So yesterday was the middle guy, today could be somebody else, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But when we came home with him, he was much nicer and helpful. He would play with the babies. And he even surprised me with, like, we said our family prayer and good night, and we hugged with him, which never happens usually. And then he came to fill out the tank of the humidifier machine, because I didn't notice, but it was empty. So when it's empty, it doesn't do the humidifying, it just cleans the air. So, and we have it on for the babies all night, and they have one in their room. So I guess he filled the one in their room, and he came to check on ours. And I was like, well, that's really sweet of you, you know, like, that's very thoughtful, thank you. And so he came and he grabbed it and he filled it up with water and he put it in and he turned on and he said good night. And I was like, wow, how much change does it make to just spend a little bit of time with the person, how much warmer they get and how much they open up towards you. And it's just amazing to me, you guys. So I would say, I know you moms, I know we're always busy, I know, and I'm really not good at organizing, because the reason I cannot really be organized right now is because I go with the flow of the twins. Like, I know their schedule, but sometimes we have diversions, sometimes there are good days and bad days, and so, but I know roughly their schedule and I go with their schedule. So if somebody throws at me like, let's go do this at this time and blah blah blah, I just like, I can't. I go with the flow of the babies, and then the boys try to adjust to that time as well, because they're my kids. They know that they listen to mommy. But if something unexpected, or like somebody decides to plan something, it just throws off the whole schedule. I'm like, there are certain things in the mornings I have to do, even if it's the weekend. I still need to have the laundry out. I still have to at least vacuum a little bit the rooms, like just surfaces, whatever I can reach, and take care of their shoes. I have to wash, the washer has to wash their shoes, the indoors and the outdoor shoes for school. And so there are certain things I have to do, and so if I don't, I feel behind, and I feel like there's no time. I'm always racing with the time, because with that many kids, you have to. And so spending time with them individually is it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like impossible, but I find those moments every once in a while, and when I do, it's a blessing. It's a real bliss to do that, and I enjoy it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna head home now, and this guy is very patient with me. He's just really curious, looking around and seeing the other cars moving. Is that right, Munizek? Is that right? Baby to mama. Anyways, you guys, okay, so I will talk to you later, and please, moms out there, I know you're strong, I know you can do it. Just spend time with your kids, even if you have to do chores together. Like my little baby girl, she tries to be so helpful. She sees what I do, and then she tries to be helpful, like even if it's the opposite of it. Like I would bring the laundry basket from outside indoors, and I'll just drop everything down in front of the kerosene heater so they can warm up, because it's like, for me, when it's cold from outside, it feels like wet, but it's not really. So when they get like crisp from it's really a good feeling. So what the baby boy does is he sees the basket down, so he right away on top of it, right? He just like surfing on it. Like, I'm like, every time my heart wants to stop, because if he falls, he usually will fall backwards with his head back. So it's gonna be a lot of crying, and I don't want that to happen. So, but then what she does is, like, she takes things from inside and she puts them in a certain spot of the room somewhere, where the cabinets and the sink is. Like, I don't know why she puts but one item by the other, like one sock at a time, one t-shirt per time. She would just take it from there and she'll put it in a pile in a different spot, and she thinks that's very helpful, and she's so proud of herself when I praise her. She's just that really, really cute girl, and she tries to be helpful in every way she can, and I'm so grateful for that. She's just amazing to me. Like, she would be my right hand about doing things around the house, and I don't mind. Like, if she wants to help me with and get dirty, that's fine, I will do that. And recently, since yesterday, I noticed she doesn't want me to feed her. She just completely resists eating, because they have two high chairs, and then I put her So his chair is kind of hard to move, so it's like towards the table, but hers is next to his, so she feels like kind of like left in the back a little bit. So she's just stopped sitting, and so I grab her and I put her on my lap, and I give her the spoon in the bowl, and she just starts feeding herself. And she that's how she eats. She doesn't want, if I feed her, she wouldn't do it. But if she's feeding herself, she eats perfectly fine, the same exact food. I'm like, really? So she did that last night. She did that this morning, and I think yesterday evening and today morning. So I think she's getting very independent. So I have to make meals where it's easy to feed her, because if it's like noodles, then it's hard. They don't know how to use chopsticks still. So yeah, she's very independent. Like, girls are completely different creature than boys. He doesn't mind me doing everything for him. He would open his mouth like a little birdie, and I'll feed him every bite by bite. But like, she doesn't want me to feed her anymore, and she's not even two. She's my little lady, my little helper. I love her so much. Anyways, see you guys. Bye.